Top on the news, Lagos State Police Command arrests 2 persons over child battering. Plus, reactions to redesigned Naira notes as citizens complain of non-availability in banks' automated machines. Good evening and welcome to the news at 7 on Ntalagos Channel 10. I am Ese Owamaka. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has made a strong case for India to intensify effort towards facilitating the flow of foreign direct investment for the Global Summit, leveraging its presidency of the G20. This is why addressing the virtual summit of the Global South, State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details.
Into a powerful front so that their common aspirations can be made through an action-oriented approach.
It is in line with the vision, one earth, one family, one future, that India calls for this summit, bringing together leaders of the South to share their perspectives and priorities on a common platform ahead of the G20 summit later this year. Nigeria is in full support of this noble initiative and hope that the outcome of the summit will be given top priority at G20 meetings.
The Global South, in common parlance, is a term used for countries mainly in Latin America, Asia, Africa, and Oceania that have low levels of economic and industrialized development located to the south of the industrialized developed nations.
I have no doubt that the emergence of India as voice of the Global South is apt, considering the role the country played during its 2-year term at the United Nations Security Council and the humanitarian gesture it extended during the coronavirus pandemic. I am also optimistic that the summit will address issues of climate change, food security, and access to energy, as well as ways to reduce the increasing burden of debt and inflation in the Global South. This huge debt burden has significantly derailed many countries' development plans. The effect of the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine conflict has further aggravated the situation.
The Global South, President Buhari said, is driven by historical ties and sense of deep solidarity, hence his plea to participating leaders to agree on a common agenda that will enable them put forward collective demands to the Global North through India as voice of the Global South. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The 2023 looks promising for the power sector, with more than 250 billion naira expected to be spent on critical projects that will improve generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity nationwide. Joshua Ojeto has the details.
Supply critical to the growth of Nigeria's economy, with consumers going over power supply.
Out of 24 hours a day, we only have electricity supply for 45 minutes till the following day, and they have been collecting money constantly anywhere, any area. That there is light, there is life.
But the 2023 budget for the power sector raises hope of improved electricity supply, with 258 billion naira allocated to the sector.
Budget is a yearly ritual. No government in the past has demonstrated the height of commitment, sincerity of purpose, and genuine desire to bring about a change that Mr. President has demonstrated.
While the construction and upgrade of transmission lines and substations in parts of the country are to be sustained, new projects are coming on stream. development of Onitsha and Katsina Island hydropower plants, development of nuclear and atomic power generation, as well as integrated planning for deployment of fast power plants in Edo State are among major projects to take off this year. Also, there are plans to build gas power plants along the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline, and the implementation begins this year. The government of President Muhammadu Buhari, in his quest to raise the operational capacity of the Navy, the Nigerian electricity supply industry. This is one of the projects that is being done with more solar powered projects to be executed. The 2023 budget for the power sector is also expected to coordinate and assess power generation plants nationwide to ensure power generated is incorporated and distributed to end users. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
And now to education. In ensuring quality education at basic level, especially provision of conducive learning and teaching environment, as well as reducing the number of out-of-school children, was the focus of the subsector in 2022. Let's bring Abdul Malik for more insight into the 2023 budget allocation.
Federal government has invested heavily in the construction, renovation, and rehabilitation of classrooms, hostels, laboratories, security, and other infrastructural facilities at the basic and secondary levels. In the last 7 years, a little over 553 billion naira has gone into infrastructural development at the basic and secondary levels. This is not to say the subsector has not had its shares of emerging challenges. Majorly funding, which for most countries is a top priority. The untold stories, developing hypotheses and conducting research, dealing with the figure of out-of-school children a key mandate. 2019 till date was with challenges, especially the COVID-19 era, but UBEC was able to disburse about 170 billion naira from 2019 to 2021 as matching grant intervention to state governments.
But not only that, understand also that 14% or 15% of the funds also go for instructional materials. We have been able, over this period of time, to be able to provide this based on the limited resources available to support the provision of instructional materials in the state, to be able also to support teacher professional development.
2022 began with national personal audit, a census to acquire private and public basic schools data across the 36 states of the Federation, as well as the national assessment of learning achievement in basic education. This assessment saw about 12% increase in the number of schools, and one from that of 2018.
We have finished both. We are finishing analyzing, and we are in the process of analyzing. In terms of looking at preliminary figures, other things, understanding areas where we have to now still move into base and validation.
Then there's all of history teaching to schools at the basic education level. In 2017, the idea of smart schools was conceived for the 36 states of the Federation. It remained a prospect not until its future began to shine bright in 2022.
Over 90% have been completed and are ready to be deployed to carry the following academic session. We have the e-learning program within the public school sector. So far, we have selected 3, one from each senatorial district. We have 109. We have deployed the tablets required. We have deployed the teaching learning materials that are required. We are now augmenting it, and then even with visa connections that we hope will begin to expand the system.
Despite this success story, the sector saw its budget in 2022 slashed from 102 billion naira to about 89 billion naira, following a budget review. This, the Executive Secretary of UBEC, Dr. Hamid Boboy, says makes the year a more challenging one. Now, 103.29 billion naira was apportioned to the basic education subsector on the 2023 budget.
Still, despite all those efforts, we still need more money. The sector needs more money. It's not you that needs money. The spending has to be stepped up, not only at the federal level, but also at the state level. So governments must come to the rescue, be sure that they can pump in money. There are a lot of states, and unfortunately, the majority will spend as an additional kobo besides the counterpart funding that they are paying.
UBEC sees this as an incline since COVID-19 era, but expresses worry of not having a recurrence of cutting down its budget. Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
The process of justice dispensation is believed to be in the process of receiving better attention in 2023, courtesy of the improved budgetary allocation in the sector by the federal government. Olabode Arewa, who monitored the 2023 appropriation by the justice sector, reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari signed the 2023 Appropriation Act, thereby sustaining the January to December budget cycle. The National Assembly had also passed the 2023 budget into law on Wednesday, 28 December 2022, just under 3 months after it was laid before a joint session of the National Assembly. The 2023 Appropriation Act, christened Budget of Fiscal Consolidation and Transition, is to maintain fiscal viability and ensure the smooth transition to the incoming administration. For the judiciary, which is the third arm of government, the National Judicial Council proposed the budget of 338 billion naira for the various court divisions under it for the 2023 fiscal year, but 165 billion naira was allotted for the year. The National Judicial Council is the body responsible for the appointment, promotion, and discipline of judicial officers. Their budget for 2023 is about 45 billion naira higher than the 120 billion naira that the agency received as its 2022 budget sum.
I must say that since President Muhammadu Buhari came on board, we have seen increase. We now see a situation where judiciary is getting 165 billion naira, and that is kudos. But if you also look critically, you see that that is far cry, below the expectation. It is not, what we can say is satisfactory, to project the judiciary, take the judiciary to where it ought to be. If you look critically, you see that judiciary is the last hope of the common man.
In 2022, the Federal Ministry of Justice received 17 billion 61 million 387,000 naira as its appropriation. In 2023, however, the Federal Ministry of Justice received 72 billion 479 million 567,000 as its budget sum.
Our case is not necessarily for review of salaries and commission service, is to give attention to judiciary, because it's the only arm of government that is sustaining Nigeria today. And so every one of us, the press, the executive, the legislature, must all give attention to judiciary as an arm of government. From 1999 to date, even for judiciary, there is no democracy.
I would want to see the money expended, especially on the judges. Judges' welfare, judges' remuneration need to be increased.
With the needs and responsibilities of the judicial arm of government increasing by the day due to the demands of the times, legal practitioners have canvassed more openness in the financial expenditure of the sector. Olabode, NTA News.
And you're still watching the news at 7 on Ntalagos Channel 10. A quick break back as a nurse, and the news will return shortly. Do stay tuned.
Are you looking for a spacious, serene, beautiful, and comfortable environment for your event? Then Ntalagos Ch10 premises is the place with about 3,065 capacity. Ntalagos Channel 10 premises provides a well-secured land and car parking lot for your wedding reception, birthday party, church, and school end of the year event. Our conference hall is convenient for company annual general meetings, lectures, seminars, or workshops. With just 150,000 naira only, you can use our entire place and also have your event covered and aired on our social diary program, Maryland. For more inquiries, please contact our marketing department, Ntalagos Ch10 Schedule Show, or call our telephone number, Chibuzo 0812-324-5519, Gmo 0803-830-1669. Ntalagos Ch10 premises, affordable just for you.
Welcome back. Moving on, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has promised to, within his first 100 days, if elected, the ground running by selecting a team of technocrats that will help him run the country at much faster pace if elected in the next month's presidential election. The APC presidential candidate unfolded his comprehensive economic plan before the organized private sector under the aegis of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. In a statement by Tunde Rahman of his media office, the APC presidential candidate noted that before economic recovery could be achieved, the nation must be first secured, stating no nation can flourish with terrorists and kidnappers in the midst. On the major issue of unemployment in the country, Tinubu promised to focus on the creative sector, which has an opportunity to provide millions of jobs annually. He added that if elected, his administration would immediately after getting to office urgently address fiscal, monetary, and trade reforms to effectively increase domestic production, thus serving to curb imported inflation and to ensure better macroeconomic stability by accelerating inclusive growth and job creation across Nigeria. Tinubu was the first among the top candidates to appear at the presidential dialogue on the Nigerian economy put together by the NESG. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, is tackling loose ends as the clock continues to tick towards January 31st deadline and making sure all the deposit money bank comply with the directive of loading automated teller machine as directed. Correspondent tells us more.
The Central Bank of Nigeria a few days ago gave all deposit money banks another directive to end issuance of old Naira notes to customers by Friday, the 13th of January 2023. The date is here. So let's see how far so far.
This is the second time I was doing here. At least the other about I saw a new notes in their ATM dispensed new notes, and today same thing. So I feel they are complying.
Well, as the customers are depositing the old notes, we are evacuating immediately. But for the new notes, customers are interested, they use the ATM for withdrawal. Our ATM spots, let's see for ourselves how far the directive by the CBN is going. And there we go. For the first time, I've been able to get almost all the denominations. I'm able to get the 1,000 Naira notes and the 500.
Customers are happy. They accredit the bank for complying with the instructions of the CBN and equally appreciate the government for the change of money.
Cashless policy is the way to go. Everywhere when you travel abroad, you don't really need to carry your cash. Use your phone to pay for whatever not. And I hope that Nigeria gets there someday, and this is a starting point for us.
It's a nice thing. It will help the economy to grow. But my fear is that we don't have the infrastructure. It's not just cashless economy. Do we have the infrastructure?
While making sure that all deposit money banks are complying with the directive of loading their ATM with the redesigned Naira notes, the CBN is also organizing sensitization programs to prepare Nigerians for the cashless policy.
We the same market here, we sell our market to our customers, they will transfer more into us. But our people will be for villagers. Most of them 19 will affect them past us.
Unlike those days where you carry plenty money, where you are afraid. But now you can move around knowing that you have so much money in the bank and you are safe.
It may be safer for some people, but it's not safer for me. Yes, I'm doing POS business, so I need more cash. Right now, one person might come and withdraw this one all, so I will be cashless. So I can't have any money.
Sometimes they will tell you, no, they will reverse it back and you won't see the money. So I prefer cash if possible.
It's just that in Nigeria we like touching cash, especially the petty traders like touching cash. But I think it's okay. Personally, for me, I don't. Even if it's 5.
NTA News managers are expressing optimism of surpassing previous election coverages across the country during the 2023 general elections with adoption of digital technology and professionalism. This is following knowledge gained at the NTA News Management and Strategic Conference with the theme 2023 Elections, Keeping Up with Digital Broadcasting. Joseph Atson reports.
Little stretches to relax the muscle and move on with the technical section. It has been 2 days of knowledge-driven exercise with the upcoming general elections on everyone's mind. Dishing out timely, accurate, and useful information from all fronts of election grounds is the target, and this will come with the adoption of digital technology and capacity of personnel.
You can run a full-fledged production with your mobile devices. The laptop or desktop PC is also connected to the local router. With the right software, the NDI software or app for the phone, and then software for the laptop, I can pick all of the camera sources on the studio floor.
As usual, a wave of fake news and misinformation may serve as distraction, and indeed the most reliable television network must be on its toe to fast-check and correct the wrong before any damage is done.
What we have to do as NTA is first do this fact-checking training in every NTA station. You might take it step by step.
Where there are no sports desks, endeavor to get one to be functional.
And all is set to hit the ground running.
You are taking these things back to your various destinations and implement what you have seen and what you have heard. That is the whole idea behind this.
So essentially it was to bring people up to speed with latest developments in the broadcasting industry, how we can utilize effectively the manpower, the equipment that we have to get better results.
From my zone, it is the secessionist issue, which is not different from the insurgency in some other zone. And as professionals, we have deliberated on that, and we will remain the professionals that we are.
95% of these intern displaced persons were returned back to their respective local government areas. With this relative peace in Borno, we cover all these settled communities.
With equipment on ground, knowledge acquired, and widest outreach in Africa, the road is assured by gains of this conference of top-notch coverage come 2023 polls. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
And talking crime, a woman and her partner have been arrested for allegedly battering her 2 children who are aged 5 and 2. The woman, who is identified as Busola Oyediran, and her partner Akebiara Emmanuel, were arrested on Friday, January 15th by the police following reports by neighbors. The concerned neighbors had alerted the police by the constant physical abuse of the minors by the biological mother and her partner. Following the reports, the police stormed the Agbeda Idumo home of the couple and arrested them. The police later visited the hospital where the neighbors had taken the battered children for treatment. When confronted, their mother claims the children fell from a motorcycle and suffered serious injuries. Confirming the arrest to a popular blog, the spokesperson of the State Police Command, SP Benjamin, said the couple are currently in detention and will be arraigned in court by Monday, January 16. He said the father of the children has been alerted. Let's now join Olumide Eguntola for Sports Update.
We begin from the grassroots. These are law students not in class and courtrooms, but tackling each other in different sports. Courtesy the sports committee of the Faculty of Law Olabisi Onabanjo University. The organizers want to encourage the spirit of sportsmanship amongst the students in all spheres of life, even in the court of law. And from the Nigeria Professional Football League, match day 1 fixtures will take center stage on Sunday across different stadia of the federation. Super 4 winners, Shooting Stars of Ibadan, will be the guests of Plateau United in Jos. Kwara United will be at home against Gombe United. Rivers United will entertain Lobby Stars. Remo Stars will trade tackles with El Kanemi Warriors among other matches. Still on football, actions continue in this year's African Nations Cup for home-based players, otherwise known as CHAN. Saturday fixtures include Ethiopia versus Mozambique, Democratic Republic of Congo will take on Uganda, while Cote d'Ivoire will lock arms with Senegal. From the English Premier League, it's Manchester derby as Manchester United will attempt not to drop from top 4 against second-placed Manchester City with a point difference. Brighton and Hove Albion will challenge Liverpool. Everton and Southampton will attempt to swim out of relegation zone when both teams clash, among other matches. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, NT News.
And this is the news at 7 on Ntalagos Channel 10. Many thanks for watching. I am S.A. Omaka. Good evening.